Greetings! Today we are doing Tea Time with Tom and Cory. This is the first episode of podcast number 1. I'm Cory,
I'm
and my
Tom.
friendly... Okay. So, today, because this is our first episode, I've decided that we were going to just talk about ourselves and stuff. We'll try to keep it short. Just quick synopsises about what we do. Would you like to start first, Tom, or me?
You can go first.
Of course. Of course I go first. Okay.
You and your majestic hair.
Thank you. I have long hair. So, I am Cory. I'm a teenager that goes to a school. It's very eventful. I'm a huge gamer, and I'm deep into politics and all of the sort. Generally, I am quite monotone, quiet, simple, but kind of aroused by very minimalistic things. Yeah. So, I think I should probably mainly talk about why me and Tom wanted to start this podcast. So, me and Tom wanted to start the podcast because we talk about a lot of random ass shit.
That's an understatement.
It certainly is. Yeah, so me and Tom do enjoy talking about just the dumbest things possible.
Says I'm gonna write a book about my stupidity.
Yes, that would be wonderful. So everything from pigs with pigs with pigs with pacemakers being killed, all the way to Islamic people and how weird they are sometimes. We're probably going to get hated on hugely during this podcast series if it somehow kicks off whatsoever.
Oh, definitely by feminists.
Oh yeah, certainly by feminists. Damn you, feminists! Yeah, so, some other things I do enjoy are, I'm a huge metalhead. That's one thing. I play a lot of video games, such as World of Warcraft, Dota 2, and other first-person shooters. No Call of Duty. And overall, I'm a cool guy. Your turn.
Oh, I'm Tom. Slightly crazy.
You're sure about that?
Okay, mostly crazy. Very crazy.
Vastly.
I also play video games. You could hear Cory's dog in the background there.
Yeah.
You know, I plays the Magics, the Gatherings.
Oh yes,
does
yes,
too.
Magic. Oh man, me and Tom, Magic. So.
Fairly nerdy. I like movies. Movies are very good, especially like Tarantino
Movies are stupid.
and anime.
Yeah, we're
Gotta mention anime.
nerds.
So
we're really big into fan service.
Yeah. Considering you watch Fairy Tail.
Yes. Okay, you're not any better. You watch a lot of Kill la Kill.
Well, yeah, but okay, yeah, true. Also, I do research about pigs with pacemakers.
Yes, we have a lot of research into that. We had that curiosity sparked during law class. We'll get into that later.
I'm also a fan of Batman. I like, comics. I think that's about it, really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, first thing we are going to talk about is the economy. So, Tom, out of all places where we want to discuss the economy, what do you feel like discussing today?
I have nothing prepared for this. I have so professional. I have
This
no
is
idea.
improv. Okay, we're going.
True. Okay,
we're going to talk about the Canadian economy because it fucking sucks. Go.
Well, a little while ago, the gas prices in the area, they were all about the same, but now there seems to be a bit of competition, which is pretty good, because that will drive the prices down.
Well, not really, because they're all kind of the same.
Well, they
If
are...
all the prices are the same, then that's not any better.
Yeah, but they are changing a bit, the price of oil, I think, went up, but the
Yeah.
price of gas went down a bit, which is
Hmm.
strange. Normally that doesn't happen.
Yeah. And with that, of course, the Canadian dollar is down, which
Is
is
it again?
upsetting. The Canadian dollar is down.
Okay. How much did it
Yeah.
go down by?
I think it went down by like a couple more cents.
Oh, alright.
Yeah. Um, then also like the biggest event right now with the declining economy of the mighty Canada is with the West and the oil sands, which is really sad because like um, I do have relatives over that way and they've lost all their jobs pretty much, and they're gonna have to come back over here, which is quite upsetting, really. So right now the economic status in Canada is rather on the decline, and I would say
Yeah.
if it keeps on declining, I'm pretty sure that we're gonna be end up in like poverty if it continues on this trail, which is upsetting.
Yeah, but it probably won't be like a depression because there's actually safety things in place. I don't know what the official title is for in like the stock market.
Yeah. There wouldn't be like a depression. I highly doubt I'd ever get to that. But I mean, like,
There is going to be a decline in
it's already happened. It's
yeah.
already happening. It's pretty much like a frickin' tumor. It's gonna get really bad before it gets better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, an example of this would be like the like cities. Like, right now, the only Canadian city that's actually doing well is Toronto, which is to be expected just because of how much tourism it gets and like how many of like just how much of the businesses have taken a liking to like Toronto and all the activity it gets by like the media and stuff. It's a pretty prosperous city. But we look at something like Vancouver, where like the average teenager, by the time they're out of high school or ending up in like jail, almost the entire population is on welfare. And in general, crime there is extremely high, and that's pretty much almost everywhere around Canada. I mean, like right now in PEI, you can't even find a job.
Hmm.
It's non-existent. So Canada is quite in a rut right now,
Yeah.
which makes me sad because Canada.
Canada, it's a pretty good place. We have moose and we have maple syrup, but soon we won't be able to afford maple syrup, unfortunately.
We'll lose all the maple syrup.
To
Um,
America.
damn
Goddamn
you, America.
America.
um,
Now that we've offended any Americans listening.
we love you. I love hamburgers. Anyways, so another thing about the just Canada in general is that I think the next topic that we're going to talk about is like the problems with the internet, and
Oh
specifically
yeah.
the issues with that in Canada. We're not going to be a Canadian-only podcast. We're just doing Canada first because that's what we have the most ideas for because we live in Canada. So,
Yeah.
internet. So, what were the numbers again, Tom?
I believe it was 5 megabytes per second upload and download speed. That's what
Yeah,
it's supposed to be, legally.
and is it supposed to be like unlimited?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
No, like I can tell you my download speed is like 6 megabytes per second, which is pretty good. But my upload speed is 0.76 megabytes per second. I don't know what yours is.
We're not going to talk about mine, Tom. That's why we're recording from your place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for an example, I live in like like more of a country area of Canada, like more in a rural area. Tom lives more in the city areas.
It's a
Um,
small city.
yeah, it's a small city.
Or a big town, whatever you want to call it.
I would say it's a small city.
Yeah.
That's beside the point, though.
Yeah.
So I live in like the rural area of the small city, and out here, the best internet we can get, and this is honestly the best internet we can get, is um, for about $80 a month we have to pay. If we go over, then we get charged through the roof, unfortunately. It's about 1.5 megabytes down and about 1.5 megabytes up, which never happens because the majority of the time it's about 500 kilobytes down and about around that for the upload as well. So we pretty much get screwed over out here, like around the big cities and in the rural areas, especially the rural areas, which is kind of ridiculous considering places in America have even more rural areas than this, and I know for a fact that they certainly would have faster internet. And considering like the availability and how easy it is to like make like towers and stuff, it really baffles me. And not, it's just annoying.
Yeah, like what was like Netflix, it
Hmm.
considers Canada a third world country.
Yeah,
Like the company.
yeah, that's the big thing is with the companies.
Yeah.
Like
It was just
just
recently that Canadian law passed that phone companies they couldn't lock you in for a contract longer than 2 years because they were locking people in for like 7, 10 years up.
yeah,
It
and
was ridiculous.
but they can still do like 3-year contracts if it's like specialty contracts underneath certain circumstances.
Yeah.
Just so everyone knows, Canadian law is incredibly flawed.
There's way too
So
many
many loopholes.
loopholes.
So if you're a lawyer here in Canada, you could probably do pretty well
Yeah.
if you're good at finding loopholes. Uh so Tom,
Mm.
how about you select the next topic?
Well, on the topic of Canada and stuff, like Fallout 4, the Pip-Boy edition.
Uh,
This one's got me a little heated because I wanted to get it, right? But
mhm.
because like you said about internet in Canada and stuff, like the accessibility for E3 was a little more difficult for me, especially because this was going around on exams time. So
Yeah.
I was more concerned about that. It wasn't till the week after I learned about Fallout 4, the pre-order, like the special edition. So I looked around everywhere, and apparently this was like what Wednesday I found this out.
Yeah.
Um,
I remember because you were crying.
by Sun by Sunday, they had sold out every copy in Canada as a special edition.
Yeah. And you were telling me earlier that apparently like other countries didn't have so much of a problem, so it's kind of baffled you as to why we would be out of them in Canada?
Like I know one thing. Like I went to talk in like EB Games, right? Like ask them about it.
Yeah.
EB Games doesn't, because EB Games is is like their parent company is GameStop.
Yep.
EB Games doesn't even have like a waiting list or like numbers as to how many of the special editions they're gonna get.
That's ridiculous.
Like Best Buy, Amazon, they're completely sold out. Like any way to get the game in Canada other than like EB Games is sold out, and EB Games doesn't know like how many they're getting. So
Damn.
yeah,
Good job, corporations. Um,
like
yeah,
to
it's
think
kind of
about it,
upsetting though.
that's a lot of copies.
Well, yeah, because it was Jesus, people were hyped up for that. Like, I know that when we were going to school, everyone was pretty much talking about Fallout 4, and that was the big thing that they were. The best word to describe it is horny about. I mean, like,
Yeah,
me and Tom have pretty much played Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and we
yeah.
deeply enjoyed them. Like, I love Fallout 3 and
Oh yeah.
Fallout New Vegas, and I already kind of suspected that Fallout 4 would be out for a while. Actually, I'm slightly disappointed with the idea of Fallout 4. I'm certainly going to get it. I certainly know I'm going to enjoy it. But I was kind of hoping it'd be more like an MMO open world with many other players type things. Because, like, with the sort of success of, like, DayZ and things,
Mhm.
it would kind of, like, make sense if it was more of, like, a multiplayer thing. And considering, like, at the time when, like, Fallout 3 was released, overall, connections like that were kind of difficult to do. I'm not saying like I'm butthurt that it's not. I'm just saying it would be really cool. if it was
Yeah.
like allowed you to do multiplayer stuff. Like an example of like why people were really want like Bethesda games to be multiplayer is like Elder Scrolls Online. Like when that was released, that was really successful. Like people were really amped up for that. It's kind of died off now though. I would say
No.
mainly because it just doesn't have good enough endgame content or other stuff to do. I mean, I certainly played a little bit of it during beta. I didn't think it was terrible, but I wasn't interested. Um, yeah. But Fallout 4 will certainly be a good game,
Yeah, there's
but
no doubt about it.
it's just stupid. Like, you think like a big country like Bethesda that has lots of money to spend on these things would be able to make enough copies, but it's not about them not making enough copies. It's more about like them not shipping enough and them not supplying enough. Like,
Supply and demand.
yes.
I took economics this year.
Good job, Tom.
Whoa! I know about marketing.
Good job. So, uh, okay, Tom, what else do we need to talk about here?
Um, I mean, I guess on the topic of new games coming out, there's the new Hitman game.
Really?
Yeah, there's another
You never
Hitman
told me
game.
about that. Tell me about it.
Well, basically, like, you know how, like, well, I don't know if you've ever played a Hitman game, have you?
I think so. I literally can't remember if I have or not.
Well, one of the things about the Hitman games is the ways you can complete a contract, like killing a person. There's, like,
Yeah.
so many different ways. Apparently, there's even more ways now. Like, you can go, like, before it would, like, penalize you for going in guns blazing. That is completely an option, apparently,
Oh,
this
really?
coming game. Like, you can go in, like, Call of Duty style, like,
I'm
dual
good at
AKs with, like,
games.
extended magazines, like, whatever.
While yelling Allah, praise Allah.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, that's, I'm kind of looking forward to that. To be honest, I'm actually kind of looking forward to it a bit more than Fallout. Mostly because I'm a little upset about the whole not being able to get the Pip-Boy edition.
Your anus is disrupted now, isn't it?
Yes, very much so.
Okay.
You know,
That's
Bethesda,
wonderful.
if you watch this, you know, feel free to send me
Yeah,
and
that's
Cory a
just gonna
copy.
watch this, Tom.
You never know, this might take off. Um, yeah,
Staying positive, I see.
yeah. Then again, it's like they say, any publicity is good publicity.
Good point.
So, you know, even us, like, complaining is still
So we
getting...
need to piss off the feminists. Okay. We've already done that. I think. I don't know, anything
I,
pisses
I,
them
I
off.
think so.
Us just
Wait.
being men will piss them off. Anyways.
Yeah.
Is any Inquisition women? I have long hair. I know the pain. Um. Okay, carrying on. Now here's gonna be our favorite section. It's the random ass shit that we do on a daily basis. Now we mentioned something about pigs with pacemakers,
Yeah.
and me and Tom have been really excited to just talk about this again. And so let's start with our wonderful story. So one day, me and Tom were in law class. Note of which, I didn't really care so much for law. I don't know about you, Tom. Did you like the law class?
I kinda did. I'm gonna be taking it again this year.
Oh.
Not again. Like, I mean, like,
You're
I'm
gonna be
gonna be
taking it
taking.
again, yeah.
I'm gonna be taking law. Like,
Yeah.
not the same class, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm, like, redoing the grade, but, you know.
Yes, you didn't fail.
Yeah. I did
Yeah,
meh
I
in
didn't
that
like it.
class.
I didn't like it. Well, it's better to know what I like and don't like.
Yeah. The main
Why
reason
is
I'm
it all
taking it
maths?
is because there's a lot of university courses that kind of require a knowledge of law. So,
Oh, okay.
you know, so and it's some of the university courses that I like think I might be interested in taking, they require it. So,
Oh,
you know.
okay. Well, none of mine are... None of mine need law, so that's good.
Yeah.
So, me and Tom are sitting in law class. And we're just reviewing like the textbook, and we're kind of like covering like a section. I'm pretty sure it was about. Remember, we're Canadian, so we were studying Canadian law and then a little bit of world law. So we were studying the Canadian law and like gun control and like
And
ways of basically inhabilitating a criminal's way to fight against
yeah,
you and basically detainment.
and there's like a few example of a few cases about police brutality. But the thing is, there's not so many firearms in Canada because they're illegal. So there's a lot more tasers.
Yeah,
So
tasers.
there's a thing in Canada with which has become a running joke between like me and Cory is about the police in Canada murdering people with tasers.
Yes,
And there's
which
a little
does
side
happen.
note on the
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 section.
textbook on the section, and it explains that scientists have discovered that tests where pigs that were given pacemakers when they were tased had heart attacks.
Yeah.
So, if you're a pig and you have a pacemaker, don't
Stay
try
away
to
from the
break the
police.
law in Canada.
Stay away from the fucking police. You will die.
They will
Same if
tase
you
you.
go to America, because you will get shot. Also,
In
doesn't
a,
help that you're pig and they love bacon. So, a quick recap of what we're saying here is that the Canadian government spent money to put they paid scientists, biologists or whatever, who cares? They paid people
researchers in
to
universities
yes, to cut open pigs
implant a pacemaker which could be used to save the life of a human.
and then tase the fuck out of them until they died. That is where our tax dollars go. Why me? That could be
Uh,
used to legalize marijuana.
uh, I. Now, what happened to those pigs' bodies? Did they take them out to the Mexico
Bacon.
desert and then bury them next to the ET cartridges?
No, I'm guessing that the Americans came and they just took the pigs.
Yep, bacon.
Yes. I mean, electrified pigs are still good for bacon. I mean, who
Anything's
cares
good
about
for
the
bacon.
pacemakers? I mean, still good meat. Uh, pigs. So, the big thing to be learned here, our learning experience after this, or at least for me, personally, all I learned from law class was that the Canadian government does not know how to spend money correctly.
I learned that there's many loopholes in Canadian law,
Yes.
such as like there's like prohibited weapons, like certain knives, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Now switchblades, they're illegal because they're concealable weapons. But the way it's just like a switchblade is described, it's like the lever, spring, button, whatever like makes the blade, retract or what's what I'm looking for? Expand, emerge, whatever. It has to be on the
Erupt!
handle.
Yes.
So if all you have to do is like tug on the blade, or like you hook your finger inside and then like there's a hole like in the blade or whatever. Like I don't
A
know. I
notch.
guess like during the editing I'll try and put up a picture of what I'm trying to describe here. That sort of thing is
That did
completely
some pigs
legal.
dying.
The only thing like well I mean like anything with that knife that requires gravity for the blade to pop out or whatever.
Extent.
Butterfly knives extend. Um, Certain like shaped blades are also illegal, and then like there's the length. It has to be under, was it 30 centimeters, and it has to be like,
5 inches for the Americans.
or no, it's 12 inches.
Oh, 12 inches.
Yeah.
Okay. Do
Or
I
you're
look
not good
like
at
I know my
conversion.
inches?
No,
I am good at math. I'm just not good at measurements.
you're not American. You don't have to worry about that.
Yes.
Um, I don't know. I just remember that because like there's a ruler sitting right next to me, and then there's like 30 centimeters, and then there's 12 inches right there.
Good job,
Um,
Tom. I wasn't prepared that much.
so and then like it has to be what's it has to be longer than 5 inches, or is it 5 centimeters, something like that. I don't know.
I remember
Uh,
something about 5 inches. Yeah, it doesn't matter though.
yeah, I think it has to be more than 5 inches. The blade, which is funny because I have a pocket knife here, and it's totally not 5 inches, but it's fine. Trust me, it's fine. This was a legal retailer. This was Canadian Tire, I think. My dad got this.
Canadian Tire. Okay, we're gonna move on to our next topic because
Oh,
we've
it's a fixed blade that has to be longer than 5 inches.
a fixed blade.
Yeah, so like the blade doesn't move. So a pocket knife, how it moves out,
Yeah, like a
that's okay.
knife,
Yeah,
like a kitchen knife.
a kitchen knife, it has to be longer than 5 inches.
Okay. You want to move on to the next thing?
Whatever it is.
Okay. So, um, I'm gonna be talking. I'm kind of regretting deciding to maybe talk about this, but we're gonna talk a little about religion.
Oh, oh boy.
We're gonna. Okay. We're not gonna be like mean to any religions here, but I'm just going to talk a little about religion. I know that we're probably gonna get hated on hardcore because of this, but
Yeah.
trust me, I'm not gonna be really biased about anything. I just wanted to talk about some religious stuff for now. Okay, so our stances right now. So I'm an atheist. I don't believe in any religion, nor God. Well, it's not that I don't believe in any religion. I meant like I don't believe in any gods, deities, or anything of the sort. It does kind of bug me when other people are, but it's not like, to the point where I'm pissed off. It just depends on the instance.
Yeah.
Um,
Like you're trying
I
to
don't know about
force
you,
your
Tom.
religion down your throat. I'm Roman Catholic.
Yeah. And see, we all can get together. But
Yeah. We don't try to
what?
stab each other.
Yeah. Please don't try to bring back the Inquisition. So like what I wanted to talk about was the thing is I had to address this in relation to ISIS. That's where I was going with this whole religious thing. And I wanted to talk a bit about morality, because a part of this podcast is about philosophy, and I deeply enjoyed talking about things that are pretty subjective, and I know Tom feels the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Gonna be taking a philosophy course next year.
I wish I could, but I don't have room for it. Um, so, ISIS. They're a cult, and if for some reason you don't know anything about ISIS, you specific weird listener in particular, they're
Someone who lives way out in the boonies, doesn't own a TV or a radio.
and somehow is watching this podcast through the internet. Or being, I don't know. Okay. ISIS is a cult, which it's a pretty big cult now. I don't know how big it is, but I know it's not huge compared to Islam. It's small.
It's a small percent of Islamic people.
Yes, a very, very small percent. If you don't know specifically what they're about, is that they're pretty much an Islamic cult, and their main focus is that they want basically everyone to be Orthodox. Orthodox,
Well, their main thing is they want to make an Islamic state where it's like a
yeah,
complete country that's just Islamic people.
yeah, that's what I meant to say. Didn't really sound like that whatsoever. But,
No.
um, yeah, so like their main thing is that they're Orthodox, which means that they believe that like any of the new things that have happened to Islam at all are bad. And basically anyone that goes against Islam, specifically Orthodox Islam, is pretty much heretics, heresy, and deserve death.
Hmm.
If they're lucky. Of course, they've been tortured heavily as well. people that have went against them. Um, compared to like the Taliban and some of the other like terrorist groups that have existed, um,
KKK,
yeah, um, they're
Nazis.
probably yeah, they're not as bad as the Nazis
No.
currently. Certainly not as bad as like some other cults that have existed, but they're certainly pretty bad, and I'm certainly concerned about it. Um, and so the main point I'm getting here is just it's pretty much like what the fuck about it. 'Cause like I really don't know what I'm trying to say here, but if they claim that they're trying to bring back Orthodox Islamic faith, and if you didn't know, me and Tom have actually studied heavily into the Islamic faith. We know pretty much almost everything to know about it.
Uh, well,
Well,
I
I do
wouldn't
at
go that
least.
far, but yeah,
Actually, I know a lot about the Islamic faith,
I've read
because I
a
like
fair
to know my
amount of.
shit before I start to talk about it.
I actually
Um,
read a fair amount of the Quran in the library.
yes. Um, I just read a lot of information online about their insides and outs and Orthodox, and so the main thing is that everything that they claim to be orthodox about the Islamic faith is completely untrue.
Hmm.
And the way that they're going about this domination to bring back this sort of orthodox view upon the Islamic faith and like reforming everyone and then getting back an Islamic state is completely the opposite of what they're supposed to be doing. Because if you know, like, from the five pillars of the Islamic faith, that I'm not sure if it's from the five pillars. It's hard to remember sometimes. There's just so much.
I think it was just Muhammad's teachings.
Yes, I'm gonna talk about the Muhammad's teachings, I guess. So in like Muhammad's teachings, the main point, not one of the main points, but one of the main points is centered around the belief that yes, you can believe whatever you want to believe,
Yeah, you
and
can't
that
force others to believe.
yes, you can't force others to believe in the Islamic faith. You cannot take over another country for certain purposes, and when I say mean certain purposes, I mean um religious or economic purposes. That is like out of the question. You're not supposed to be doing that.
It's a
Um,
no-no.
Also, like treats, like the way that they treat women is supposed to be that women are supposed to have the exact same rights as men,
It's
and
supposed to be
they're allowed.
complete equality,
It's supposed to
I
be
believe.
in completely. I can't speak anymore. Okay, been talking too long. Not used to this.
Yeah, we've been going for 33 minutes.
Jesus, I can understand why other podcast people need breaks. Okay, water. There was no water. I'm crying now.
Uh,
Okay, I should have grabbed my water. Okay, I've
you're
gotten off
just
topic.
sneakily taking sips while you're talking.
Fucking hate you. Okay. So where I'm getting with this, I've said that 17 times now, and this is really getting
You're
annoying.
gonna make editing a little difficult for me, aren't you?
Don't even bother editing this out. I think people will want to listen to this bullshit. I like to, but that's because I'm weird. But, um, okay, so with the Quran, so like they're going completely against that. They're going completely against their initial beliefs. Because they're trying to take over more area. They're killing people for believing in other things. They're trying to reform people into their beliefs.
Very,
And
very fundamentalist, like.
yeah, basically anyone who's wrong is a heretic. It's like I said. Um, and why would I care? I don't really care, other than the fact that it proves a point for me that two humans, and this is where the philosophy comes in, humans only care about what they want and not what they do.
Mhm.
Not what they are, is what I'm saying. And, of course, I'm not any sort of real philosopher, but I like to talk about this. Um, it hasn't dawned on me all of a sudden. I've known about this since I was a child. But like, a thing to me is that you can say that you go. Can I pick on the Catholic Church a bit here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, you can say that you go to church every single day. You worship God.
Oh
You
yeah, I
can
see where
say,
you're going with this.
yeah, you pray all the time. You pray when you're supposed to. You pray before like every single meal. You give thanks to God, and you say that you abide by the rules of the Ten Commandments, which fundamentally I do agree with. I think that like I even try to like worship the Ten Commandments, and I'm not Catholic whatsoever. I just think that they work if they're followed correctly. They can really bring communities together. But most Catholics I know will do all that, and then they're the meanest people I know. They will never do anything to help another person. And then they bitch at you for being something a bit different. And me and Tom go to a Catholic high school. Um, I think it particularly annoys me mainly because in our area, because Canada's such shit, the best education system is through the Catholic education system.
Mm-hmm.
You're more likely to be. It basically looks better if you went through the Catholic system if you're going through anything to go to like university, college, or the workplace. They prefer if you were in the Catholic system, not for anything other than mainly they know that the Catholic system teaches their students much better.
It's supposed to be about morals as well, something like that,
Yeah,
I think.
something about like the morality and stuff. Like they're supposed to teach like the insides and outs about the Catholic faith and how you're supposed to conduct yourself as a Catholic and stuff like that.
Yeah,
You can
apparently
see
public
where
schools don't teach morals. They're just like, yeah, go out and kill whoever.
what?
No, that's what like the like mindset seems to be. It's like, yeah, the public schools they teach you to go out and kill anyone. Like, yeah, you have to go to a Catholic school to understand morality.
That's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
It is though. But like I said, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in anything, and I go to a Catholic school. That is torture for for an atheist. That is legitimately the worst thing if you're an atheist. I can deal with it. That just goes to show my resolve. I just want to be strong about it. But like I deal on a daily basis with people. Like I know that like a lot of our friends and you specifically and me specifically, we've been the center of hate before.
Yeah.
That always happens. That's not something you can avoid. You just got to learn how to resolve those disputes in a mature manner, like I do always. Um,
Run
but
away
like
screeching like
generally,
a pterodactyl if you're me.
yeah, Tom will just start screaming at them.
Like
Um,
like not screaming like yelling like but like screeching like a dinosaur or something until they run away out of
yes, and then
fear
chase
that I'm
after them
gonna
like
eat
a
them.
raptor. You'd be surprised how effective that is. Anyways, so going back to this main topic here. Like I said, with these Catholic people that really believes in their faith this deeply, the only people that I have to deal with that are the meanest to me are people that are like that. That will say that they believe in that heavily. And that goes back to my point about people will do what they want to do no matter who they are. So,
Oh, was I supposed to say something? Sorry.
well, you could have.
Eh.
I just went on like a really, really long and deep rant there.
Yeah.
So, Tom, bring up a thing that is a lot more lighthearted than what I just talked about.
Um, Dark Souls with a keyboard?
Holy God, Dark Souls for the keyboard. You know, it's kind of like to be talking about this now. It honestly is. And Tom, please explain.
Okay. Imagine your very first time riding a bike. I never actually learned how to ride a bike without training wheels. I tried, but then I crashed into a car and I gave up. That's really not a good mindset you should have. I don't want to teach that to anyone. But that's what
Tom.
happened. Um, so, Dark Souls, the keyboard, it's like, imagine your first time riding a bike, okay? Now, I played Dark Souls before on the Xbox 360, so I wasn't going in blind, so I knew what I had to do, right? I played through, like, about halfway on my own, and then, like, once with TJ.
Yep.
Um, so, so, it's like riding a bike, but you have square wheels on the bike.
And the bike's on fire.
The bike isn't on fire, but
You're
like
on
this,
LSD.
the seat is made out of sandpaper, and you're completely naked. And also, you're covered in lemon juice, vinegar, and salt for whatever reason, so the wounds burn even more. And you can only have one hand on the handlebars. That's what it's like.
Just a note of what about that. If you move the mouse, it's not really about like moving the mouse, because normally when you move the mouse in like a first-person shooter or like a third-person shooter, it's like, oh, I'm moving the camera. This one, the camera's on fucking cocaine.
The
The camera will be
slightest
like,
twitch of the mouse, and the camera goes everywhere. And the mouse, like the little arrow, it does not go away.
yeah, that is something that's quite annoying. But we also have to account for the fact that it is a port, but like,
And it
I can think with,
does say that a controller is highly recommended. No, it is a necessity to have a controller if you're going to play this on
yeah, I
PC.
mean like, yeah, I don't know why we're complaining about this. It's just slightly stupid just to take everyone's mind away from the religious rant I just went on.
I don't know. It's just just talk about sandpaper going up your butt.
Shaving!
Shaving like a man. You don't shave. That's how a man shaves.
Yes! That is a quote. You didn't know. We're not original content people. Okay, so we're gonna just do one more topic.
Just one more.
Yeah. This has been going on for about 43 minutes. I think maximum we're just gonna be doing hour episodes. I think that is nifty. We can do more in the future. This is really just starting episode.
Yeah, this is just like almost an intro as to what we're doing, just to make
Frankly, yes.
sure we have ISIS mad at us and feminists and
I don't see how they could get mad at me. I mean, like, they're pretty much mad at anyone, so they would already be pissed off with me.
feminists or ISIS.
Both. It's everyone. That counts you too, Obama. Even though I love you. You always forget to return my phone calls. What the fuck, man? Anyways, I think the best topic for the end of this is to talk just about the main video games that we have been playing. Tom, what have you been playing?
Are we talking like new games or just games in general?
Games in general.
Oh
Past
well,
week, past 2 weeks, past 5 years, I don't know.
well I got a little anime-like game called Long Live the Queen on Steam. It is
I'll have
actually
to-
surprisingly really fun. It's like solely
I-
text-based. Like, well,
yeah, I heard that
there's
there's a lot of options.
yeah. Basically, you're a princess and you're trying to guide her on her way to coronation, right? Well, you're
Mhm.
her. You
You're
every
trying to guide
week,
the way to your own coronation.
yeah.
Okay.
Every week you can study two subjects, and then there's a whole variety. There's like royal demeanor, there's weapons, there's animals, there's all kinds of stuff, and in each of those categories, there's three other options. So like for animals, you
Oh.
can like do like dogs, horses, or falcons,
Falcon
and
sounds cool.
each of them like they have certain benefits like that you need. Like you need to balance it. Like oh, this guy you need to have like say like you studied accounting and trade or whatever, and then someone comes up to you and they're like, oh, I want to build a machine, but I need money. And now what the machine does is I take these little metal letters and then I can rearrange them and then put them on this ink and then put it on paper and then I can make many, many copies faster than it would to be write out. So basically the printing press is what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Um, so, and then like if you have a high enough like trade and accounting level in it, then you'll be like, oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to put money towards this. But if you don't have a high enough, then you're going to be like, oh, that's stupid. Go away. And
Oh, I mean, just
also,
waste such a good opportunity.
and there's like other things in it, like
One.
certain random things that happen. Like one thing that happened to me was I went to a birthday party and I got
Oh,
attacked by bandits in it, and I got shot with an
no
arrow.
birthday party is complete without bandits.
I got shot with an arrow, and I decided to push the arrow through my body because like oh, I heard a story that you can keep pushing the arrow continuously through where like push it all the way through instead of pulling it out the way it came. Um, so and then I died, right? Obviously, because I pushed it into my
Fucking
organs.
job.
So if I had a high enough, like I think it was battlefield medicine, then I would have been able to figure out, oh, that's not a good idea.
Yeah,
So
like
it's
that only works if it's like in your arm or like your thigh.
yeah, so it's like a video game like equivalent of like a choose your own adventure book.
I also have another question about that with like the talent system.
Hmm.
If you choose like certain talents, let's say like it's like capitalist. Is it like a capitalist type thing?
You can do like put your stuff into trade, and then if you
Yeah,
get like
yeah,
I
that's what
think
I meant.
it's two thing like sorry like economics. If you do like if you get fifth like level 50 in economic in like sorry trade and then level 50 in accounting I think, then you get a reward like and that reward is a I think that for that particular thing for 50 of two objects in or sorry two not two objects two things in economics it's a tuxedo, and what that does is that item actually gives you a bonus in that area.
My question. Okay, my next question for that is when you choose a skill, is there like
In a
negative
way,
things that will come from that skill? Like let's say,
oh I forgot to talk
no,
about the mood system.
well,
Uh, During the
oh,
weekends, you can pick like what to do. Like you can go up to your room and play with your toys, and that gives you like plus happiness, plus loneliness, and then plus whatever. There's no like
oh,
negative thing. Like you can be through the roof angry and through the roof depressed, but each like being fully depressed helps you with studying something like jeez, what is it? Oh, I don't know. But being like fully angry helps you study and gives you bonuses in military.
yeah, that makes sense. Whoa, that is it's a pretty deep system they got there.
It's really
Um,
complicated to get at first, but once you get going,
I
it's
I would
pretty.
check it out. I don't know. I'm not too much into like text-based adventures.
It's one of those very like ugu kind of things. Like
Yeah, I can't stand
it's
that.
very cutesy.
I mean, yeah, I am a big anime fan. I do like fairy tale and stuff like that.
Speaking of anime, I'm on episode 8 of Sword Art Online. I don't see why everyone keeps saying it's bad.
I don't know. People
TJ
just,
told me wait till you get to season 2 and then stop
yeah,
watching.
I think that's what he said.
He says it starts getting weird there.
Yep. Um, yeah, I'm not too much for like the super, like, I like a lot of different types of media, but I only like them in certain media, is what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Like, I really don't like really cute things when I'm playing video games. Or when I'm
Yeah.
trying to do something that's like a video game, like a text-based adventure. I don't like it when there's like a bunch of cute things everywhere and like a lot of happiness.
Well, you can.
That
If she's
annoys me.
depressed, then she does look very sad, and she like
Oh,
almost looks like she's gonna cry.
but still, um,
I should send you a picture of her.
please don't. I don't want to be sad now. Um, but like if I'm gonna watch like anime, I like that kind of stuff. Like I like when it's really emotional type bullshit. The emotions that I lack. Uh, yeah. So I'm gonna go on to my little section here, talking about the video games that I've been playing. So, 6.2 for World of Warcraft came out recently. Um, I've been playing World of Warcraft for a very long time. I dropped it like around like the middle part, not the middle part, like near the start of Warlords of Draenor, which is the most recent World of Warcraft expansion. it's not that I hated it. It's just that like during the time, I think it was like just after our first set of exams, and it wasn't that I was really poor. It's just that I really just didn't have an urge to play. Because like at the time, I was like more like, oh, I feel like playing more Counter-Strike right now, or I feel like playing more Dota right now. I recently got back into it because I can only play a game for so long without getting bored of it. That's why I never really do. That's why I don't really get super far in some games.
That's why you should never do a Let's Play.
Yeah, like Let's Plays are out of the option for me. Because like I get bored like after a couple things. Not because I get bored. It's just that I'm like, oh, there's this other thing that I really want to play. Then I start playing that and start having more fun doing that. And then I'm like, oh, I want to play this now. I just, I don't have ADHD. I don't know. I like jump back and forth. Anyways, so 6.2 came out. They didn't really do anything new. Some class fixes. Frost Death Knights, if anyone gives a shit. Were super fucking buffed. Just for a reference, they were doing, I would say, around like the top 10 in DPS, which is average for a melee DPS class, which it's really good. Like it's a really good DPS class if you wanted to go DPS. But like things like Frost Strike, Obliterate, Unholy Strike, and other stuff like that were pretty much all increased. And like Howling Blast were all increased by like 30% more damage. And I think Tom, I'm pretty sure you're already seeing what I mean by Death Knights are super beasty now.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
so
even
like
play this game, and I'm like, this.
so I checked the like the forums and stuff about like basically where like I checked Noxic, which is a website that'll let you look at all that stuff. On Noxic, it tells you like the best DPS classes for like what they're doing and best healing over time classes, all that sort of stuff. But right now for DPS, um, the two top spots are both Frost. Because Frost, you can either go like one-handed weapons or two-handed weapons, and right now like two-handed Frost is like number one for DPS, which means if you want to go pure DPS, you want to go Frost, but that would be kind of stupid, considering that whenever a class gets really buffed, it is going to be fucking nerfed into the ground. So, I would say just if anyone who's listening to this has a Death Knight, and they're around 6.2 right now, and it hasn't been changed yet, go on that Death Knight, have some fun, do some stuff, because it will not be that hard to rank to like gear up for that level, considering how much more beasty you are. I mean, like, I I have a Death Knight, and it was only like level 91, and 6.2's already only been out for like I think like 3 days now, one day. Well, normally leveling through like Warlords of Draenor will take like 9 to 5 hours. If you do like XP potions, it'll be like 5 hours. I did it in 3, just because of how much extra DPS I was doing.
Wow.
Like before the patch, something like Obliterate, which is like one of your main damaging abilities, it would only take like about 3 of those, and it's not like I had any amazing gear on them because I just got them to level 90 at the end of Mists of Pandaria, which was the previous expansion. So I didn't have any good gear on them. I just had the basic gear. Now, when I was using Obliterate, it was pretty much killing everything in like one hit, without crits. That is ridiculous. So, yeah. Um, for me in World of Warcraft, um, I've also been I haven't been able to go to the new raid yet, which is upsetting because I was really excited for the new raid, but I need to just do a little bit more raiding, get some better item gear level stuff. Then I'll be able to head into there, and I'm really excited for it. So that's what's up with me and my gaming. Mainly just World of Warcraft.
Whoa.
Yep. Okay, I think we just need one more topic, just to fill up the last couple minutes here.
Um. Hmm.
Oh, I know a good idea.
Well,
Okay. Tom, talk about something that is very unimportant, but annoys you.
Something unimportant that annoys me?
Yes.
That is a lot of things, Corey. You do realize
Select,
this.
just select one of them. Okay.
Well,
Um,
that would, I guess I could talk about the Capper Demon in Dark Souls.
go.
Oh man, that boss. You're gonna get to experience this, Corey.
My anus will bleed. Can you confirm that?
Yes, yes.
Wonderful.
The funny thing is,
uh,
he's one of my wallpapers, and he's on my like desktop right now. He's got two giant machetes,
yep.
and this boss fight. You know how standard boss fights in Dark Souls. You haven't played Dark Souls yet, so you don't really know.
I've watched a lot of gameplay for it.
But yeah, yeah. Most of the bosses they have it's just the boss. Now this
Yeah,
guy
doesn't he have...
has two very fast dogs that will not hesitate to pin you in a corner. The way you gotta take this guy out is you gotta get rid of the dogs first if you want to stand a chance.
Isn't it impossible to play the Great Scythe just because you cannot kill those dogs? Because, like, the Great Scythe just goes over their head? I
I
don't know
think
who's
so.
telling me that.
That would be TJ probably, because TJ uses the Great Scythe a lot. I generally use Ichigana most of the time.
Hmm.
As a katana, you have to kill a merchant to do it, and then like your
Murder.
that like I forget what it is. It's like some kind of karma system. It's not actually karma. I don't know what it is, but you have to
Is
go and get
being a
your
bad guy. You
you
gotta
gotta
be a
get your
nigga.
sins absolved after you kill him because he's innocent.
He was innocent. He was just cool.
Yeah, you gotta buy some stuff off of him before you kill him though, because I think there's a few things that you can only get from him. The rest of the stuff you can just find about anywhere else. You don't need to worry about
Yeah,
it.
so, the Capper Demon, it was, does it do, like, a lot of AoE?
Eh.
I don't know. Yeah, who cares?
You just gotta
Uh,
stay out of the way of like his like power attack where he slams them down. That's
well,
about it.
isn't it obvious considering it's Dark Souls?
Yeah. Um. Then there's Ornstein and Small. That one didn't take a long time for me. Also because I had TJ with me for that.
Yeah, TJ is
Um.
quite a good game.
Uh. That boss fight took us less tries than the Capra Demon did. I had him for the Capra Demon too.
Wow.
Um.
Um,
Yeah. As for like I was fun entertaining the first time like people play through. They first meet the Asylum Demon, and then they
yeah.
don't realize that there's a door to the left that you're supposed to go through. You're not supposed to fight him right away, so they're trying to fight him with the little tiny broken dagger that you get at the start. That is legitimately basically just the hilt, and then like part of the blade that's left over from the thing being shattered.
Wait, so when I was playing Dark Souls on the PC, I didn't have to fight the Asylum Demon?
No, you do. It's just you go through the
Well,
door and then you
that's not
go
what I
up
meant.
and then you drop down on him.
Oh, that's cool.
Wait, you didn't do that?
I didn't even play it that long.
Oh, you
I
didn't
just
even
got
beat him?
in. Well, I'm playing with the mouse and keyboard, and I just gave up.
I got past him with the mouse and keyboard. Not I don't want
Oh,
to brag. I'm just saying like
fuck off!
now it sounds like I really am bragging, but
Tom is LLG.
no, but what you do is there's a little here Dark Souls tips and tricks with Tom. Uh, every time in the last like 5 minutes of the podcast we'll do this. No, not really. Uh, right when you go in, there's a little door to the left. You go down through there. There's a bonfire. Rest of the bonfire. Blah blah blah. You just follow the way around, and then there's a guy gonna be shooting arrows at you. You just have to roll. There's someone at my door right now. Shut up,
Doris!
Sasha. Basically, you have to go through there. Then you'll get your shield and then your weapon, and then you just continue your way. You'll come out this one spot. Go to the I don't know. There's someone at the door. I don't know who that is. Anyway, you go to the right, and then there's stairs going up and down. You go down, and then you open up the gate, and that leads you to the bonfire right outside the Asylum Demon.
Oh,
You'll want to rest at that, and then the gate to the right that you couldn't get through. That's what that is. and then you go up the stairs, and then you gotta kind of roll off. You will take some damage because you'll fall down, but it'll be less damage than if you let the giant boulder hit you that's gonna be coming down the stairs when you get about
Falling a few
halfway.
feet or being hit by a boulder. I think I'll take falling a few feet.
And then behind you, where the boulder hit, that's gonna break a hole in the wall. This guy's gonna give you your Estus flask, which anyone who doesn't play Dark Souls, it's what regens your health. It's like your health potion.
Yep.
Anyway, he gives you that, and then he gives you a key. You go through the gate up at the top of the stairs after you kill a little pygmy, and then there's two other pygmy, and then there's an archer. And then there's a room to the right. There's like a fog door, and then there's a room to the right. You don't need to go in there. There's like two guys in armor there. They might be a little difficult when you're like first playing. I wouldn't suggest going in there. And you'll come back there later to actually get in there because there's an item that you'll want, which I will discuss later if we ever talk about this again.
We'll do it again.
And
We'll do
then
it live.
you go through the fog gate, and then there's the Asylum Demon. All you have to do is just walk off the edge and then hold your just light attack, and then you'll drop down on him, and it does like about half his health. That single
Wow.
attack. And then you just
Wow.
have to lock onto him, and then you just have to keep dodging his attacks and then hit him until he's dead.
Spiffy. That
Yeah.
is spiffy.
And then once you kill him, you get a key, and then you use that key on a door that you couldn't open inside there. Inside the room with the Asylum Demon, and then you just walk up to the top of the mountain, and then a crow takes you to New Londo. Not New Londo, sorry. Firelink Shrine.
Gloria? Oh, I don't even care.
It's
I don't even know. I
It's
don't
like the
even think it
central hub. Like that becomes like the one spot that you're always going back to.
Okay. Well,
We're an hour and 1 minute.
we're going to talk about... Okay, the last thing is the ending credits. So, me and Tom's main point of this was to really just kind of like talk to each other, and not to be bragging or to be prideful or anything, but me and Tom honestly think that we are amusing, and that we both have natural skills to talk for extended periods of time about sort of interesting, sort of sometimes not very cool topics.
Just nonsense or something that's actually kind of important.
Yes. I would say that we filled up this past hour and a bit quite efficiently, and we never got to talking about what I dislike. I dislike blenders, and we will talk about that more in the next episode of this podcast. This has been a great time. This is bye from Cory and Thomas.
And don't forget to like if you like it, comment if you want to suggest anything, and subscriber for more.
Ask us questions. We don't give a shit. We don't even care about you. We love you. Don't worry. Good night.
Do it! Just do it!